He is one of the world's most successful comedians, and now he's bringing the laughs to the classroom. Gabriel Iglesias' Netflix sitcom, Mr. Iglesias, is back for part 3 and classes in session. Here to tell us about it is none other than the teacher himself, Gabriel Iglesias. Hey, Gabriel.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you're at. my clock is so scattered right now.
Yeah, that's how comedians are, right? You're all over the place. Although I know this year's been very, very different for all of us. But tell us about this show. Were you the class clown in school?
No, I used to open for the class clown. No, I'm kidding. Believe it or not, I was actually very, very quiet. A lot of people think that I'm always on, and that's not the case. I'm at dinner, I'm probably the quietest person.
Really?
It's one of those things. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I think you, for me, comics that never turn it off are annoying, and I can't deal. I really can't. And I think that's one of the, my gifts is the ability to just sit back and listen. And, I turn it on when you need to turn it on, when it matters.
Right. So for folks who are unfamiliar with this show, give us the premise and then tell us what we can expect in part 3.
Well, basically, I'm a school teacher at my old high school, and I'm helping out, misfit kids. I guess that's the best way to put it, so that everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm a teacher that cares. Not saying that teachers don't, but I go a little bit above and beyond to make sure that everybody has the best opportunity to succeed, and always encouraging everybody around me, not just the kids, but the faculty. Everybody's got something wrong with their lives, and for some reason, Mr. Iglesias just knows how to help everybody but himself.
How do you think you would be in real life as a teacher?
You know what? I think I would have been a really good teacher. I took a course in high school called exploratory teaching, and they told me that I had a gift that not everyone else had. And I said, well, what's that? And they said, you know how to get the kids' attention. If you can get their attention, you can teach them.
Yeah. You've always wanted to be a stand-up comedian, right? Ever since you were a kid?
It was either stand-up comedian or professional wrestler. And after I got into one fight, I'm like, I'm just gonna tell jokes because I don't like pain.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
So how is it now being in a show as opposed to doing stand-up comedy? It's very, very different type of humor.
It is different, but it's a little bit close to what it is that I do, because first of all, we had a live studio audience. And so I actually had people to feed off of, and it would help guide me whether I was doing something right or doing something wrong. That was one thing. But being in front of a classroom setting, so I always had people in front of me, and I was always the focal point. So that really helped make that transition. I think that if I would have done a single camera show, it might have been a little bit harder, but this felt very, very natural.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this potential love interest. We're not going to gloss over this because in season or part 2 of this show, we got to tease maybe the fact that there was a love interest for Gabe. So is that going to happen in part 3?
Oh, I got no problem spoiling it. Yes, I finally meet someone, but you want to see where this goes. It's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that I meet someone, and but you want to see where this goes.
Okay,
Definitely.
Are we gonna like the way?
Yeah.
Are we gonna like the direction it's going, or we're gonna?
I think everybody's different. Everybody wants to see a certain level of drama. Everybody wants to see a certain level of happiness, and I think it's a nice blend of the two.
Yeah, speaking of blend, it's a nice blend when it comes to the cast as well. I know the diversity factor was something that's very, very important to you. You got Sherri Shepherd, Jacob Vargas, really talented cast.
And you know what? Both of them, I actually go back 20 years plus with both of them. I used to do a show called Latino Logs with Jacob Vargas way, way, way back in the day. That was my first little taste of acting. And Sherri and I both used to do really horrible hell gigs together as comics way back in the day. Like one time they stole her car. I had to give her a ride home. I mean, yeah. So we've come a long way.
Wow.
Her car got stolen at the show that she was performing
at the show. Yeah.
Where was the show?
Somewhere where you should not park a car. Clearly.
Did she?
Well, Chicago could have been at Chicago streets.
Yeah. Did she ever get it back, or is this a complete loss?
You know what? I don't remember the what happened after the fact. I just remember that back then it was one of those we would say yes to any gig, and a lot of times safety was a concern. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, she got a ride.
Well, needless to say, those kind of moments or situations provide for some good material, like when you're doing your stand-up, right? Because you got to laugh to keep from crying.
Well, it provides good material if you can get to the gig.
Oh, that's it. So
That's
you're
Once
where
also
they
you
take
come
your
in.
car, man. Once they take your car.
you're also doing a show for Nickelodeon. This is a pet show.
Yes, the show's called Unleashed, and I am the host. It's basically, the best way to put it is like America's Got Talent just for animals. Just for animals. So
Wow.
the most talented animals are on this show. And let me tell you, I've seen some stuff. I saw a squirrel water ski. Okay. I saw a goat cheerleader. I've seen cats. First of all, anytime you can train a cat, I think that's an amazing feat, because cats are very independent and they don't need you. Kind of like my ex, they just do their own thing. And so to watch this happen right in front of you, it's pretty awesome. I've seen trained rats, trained vultures.
No
I've seen
way.
trained bear. I mean, the day one first scene was me and a bear, and that you can't. There's no way you can prepare for that. It's a pretty awesome show, and it's got really, really good reviews with the kids and families. So it's a good time.
All right, we'll have to check that out. Fluffy, thanks for joining us, man. Always good talking to you.
Thank you very much.
All
right,
right,
good luck
and
with
make
everything.
sure that you check out part 3 of Mr. Iglesias, streaming now on Netflix.